Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about a really big partnership for Cardano ADA and some really big interest when it comes to institutional players in the space looking to invest in cryptocurrency. Could the floodgates be opening very wide for Cardano ADA? Could there be a break the internet moment? Or is this all happening in vain? Let's dig into it. I'll give you my views and opinions. Hit the like button. Let's go. So we're going to start here then with the big announcement, a big collaboration when it comes to Cardano ADA and Near Protocol. Everybody knows I'm a big fan of Near Protocol, and Cardano ADA founder Charles Hoskinson has weighed in on the new Cardano and Near Protocol collaboration, calling it a step forward for the future of crypto transactions. Now, I did hint in previous videos about something really big going on, right? We highlighted the fact that Charles, the team at Cardano have been working with Chainlink, and I said that this was going to be a really big moment, right? I had a gut feeling that the stuff they're working on is all around interoperability, DeFi through Cardano and other ecosystems, and bridging, and just doing what needs to be done. I think Cardano is massively undervalued even today at today's prices. I think that it is a blue chip. I thought it was a blue chip when I invested at like less than 5 cents into Cardano ADA. And that all really came from somebody that was watching our videos back in 2020, and they were like, you need to look at Cardano, you need to look at it. And I looked at it and I was just like, wow, this is something I've got to invest in and support, right? They were doing great things, changing the world for, making it a better place, all that sort of stuff, right? And that really does resonate with me when I can invest money and it improves the world. I've talked about this in a few different videos, but Near Protocol are doing some phenomenal things as well, right? So collaboration between these two monstrous projects is a real positive thing. So it's going to enable ADA swaps across 20 plus chains, including major crypto, stable coins, and more. So this is a really big partnership, right? They're glad to be working with Near Protocol, according to Charles Hoskinson. They are a great team and intends are the future of crypto. I don't really understand, maybe there's some spelling mistakes there, I don't know. But I think it's good for the Cardano ecosystem. Whale activity spiked with 67.8 million ADA moved in a single day, soaking up exchange liquidity. And I talk about liquidity and tokenomics for Cardano ADA and future price predictions in a few videos coming up over the next few days. So stay tuned, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss those videos. Now, one of the things that I mentioned in the intro was about institutional players really starting to keep an eye on Cardano, right? And we got #DEX ETF entry. So again, more institutions getting really interested in Cardano. I think they are seeing what is happening, right? And the ripple effects of the SEC standardization of applications is going to play a big critical role in the inflows into these altcoins. So there's big regulatory frameworks changing, and I did predict that like probably about a year ago that there was going to be this big U-turn, right? Gary Gensler no longer at the SEC, and we're seeing people really taking account of the spot ETF and ETF inclusions for Cardano. We are going to start to see, in my humble opinion, some really big money flowing into altcoins that have really been focused on Bitcoin and Ethereum. I've mentioned a few times that Bitcoin and Ethereum have been operating in a completely different pool, right? They've got more ability to raise more funds and the price to go higher with the amount of money that the institutions can throw at these particular cryptocurrencies. So seeing that move with to Cardano, perhaps Solana, Sui, Avalanche, the list goes on, Chainlink, XRP, seeing these projects get spot ETF inclusion, that is going to really open the floodgates, and I think it's going to be an absolute game changer. And I've talked many times that I believe that this bull run is going to be the biggest in crypto history. And I've also mentioned that, I'm kind of, envision at least $10 trillion market cap come the peak of the bull run. So we are getting closer. We've got Cardano ADA price. We got climbs higher as eToro stake in access reaches 40 million users. So again, these announcements, they are really big. They don't really get that much attention, but they are big announcements. And not only that, they're having an impact. And I do a video, pre-recorded it, where I talk about how much is actually available. We're looking at the tokenomics. How many tokens are actually active? How much would it actually need money-wise in order to get to some of these big price predictions of like $7, $10, $12, $15. So stay tuned for that, because it is really interesting, really interesting stuff. Now I want to talk about an opportunity. We've got Unity Node. These are for sale from World Mobile and Minutes Network. What I would say is you can buy one node, one Unity node. That gives you 200 NFT licenses. Now, if you run all 200 licenses, according to this calculator from Minutes Network and World Mobile, you can earn up to $19,200 per month if you're operating the full 200 licenses from your Unity node. Obviously, the actual rewards may vary based on the network performance, market conditions, and operator activity. So that's you operating these nodes. Obviously, it goes without saying that you should contact a financial professional before making any investment decisions. This is just really a guide of how much rewards can be generated from these Unity licenses, right? So I really wanted to bring this to people's attention. Everybody knows World Mobile. World Mobile are a project that was born on the Cardano ecosystem, right? Now, with them being born on the Cardano ecosystem, a lot of people know about World Mobile. They don't necessarily know about Minutes Network. Basically, one of the co-founders, Mickey Watkins' brother, Josh Watkins, actually runs Minutes Network. So basically, you can generate rewards by verifying the telecom grid from your mobile phone. With Unity, anyone can earn crypto rewards directly from their mobile phone by verifying the global telecom grid. Every verification call made through the Unity app installed on your mobile phone strengthens the network. Now, what I want to just talk about here is it's 5,000 USD for a Unity node, 6,000 units according to the website max. One Unity node gives you 200 licensed NFTs. You get 7,950 MNTX staked. This obviously changes depending on the price. And then you've got WMTX, which is World Mobile token. You get 8,201 of those. It's locked for 24 months. Those tokens are locked for 24 months, but you get those as part of this purchase of the Unity node. Again, just really, really interesting stuff. I'm not trying to encourage anybody to buy these, but what I am trying to do is encourage you to do your research on it and see whether it resonates with you. I always say to look at all the opportunities. It might be an opportunity for you, but as I quite often say, not every opportunity is an opportunity for everyone. Contact a financial advisor. I am not a financial advisor. Treat this purely as entertainment purposes only. Do your own research. Never invest, following just from the word of somebody on YouTube, following people blindly. Never invest more than you're willing to lose, because nothing's guaranteed in crypto, and you do risk losing all of your money whenever you invest in anything, including crypto, just so we are aware. Now, we got two resistance levels that could define Cardano ADA in October, according to a crypto influencer. So this is Dan from Crypto Capital Ventures. He's highlighted two critical resistance levels, and one of those is $1.25. And ultimately, it's going to be really interesting to see whether we break the $1 mark, let alone the $1.25. Obviously, He's suggesting that the rally could target $6.25. I would love that. But anybody that watches Dan knows that he's ultra bullish, sometimes too bullish, and sometimes a little bit unrealistic with his predictions. But that's just my opinion. You do you, I'll do me. Google's AI, Gemini, predicts price of Solana, Cardano, and 𝗗𝗶𝘀𝗰 by the end of 2025. This stuff's always interesting. Cardano can pass $4 according to Gemini. Again, really interesting. 𝗗𝗶𝘀𝗰 will go above $7 by the end of the year, according to this AI. And who knows about Solana? I can't see Solana in here. Maybe I missed it. Oh, Solana, here we go. What is it saying about Solana? It's not giving us a price on Solana, but there we go. That's kind of our thoughts. We only really care about Cardano anyway on these videos. So Cardano potentially to $4 according to AI. I think that that is a realistic price prediction. All cards on the table with everything that is in scope for this project. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Obviously, it's not financial advice, it's just my opinion. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you in the next one.